Hello.
Oh, yes, another day in homesteading paradise. So today was a cool day. We got our lumber mill and had a little issue with it the box coming apart when we were driving, but everything's still there, we hope, right?
Right.
But the top flipped off from the wind. We just assumed it was all one box or whatever. But then we rushed home and built this platform here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a platform. So now we have, and that was nice because that was lumber from my parents' deck that we salvaged, and then someone else gave us some of the rough cut.
Right.
And there's our giant pile.
That's our to-do list.
Yeah, that's definitely my to-do list. And that's a mix of hardwoods and hemlock and stuff. So we want to mill some of that down for cladding for the walls or making a countertop or whatever we want to do. But boys, it opened up a lot of options there. So tomorrow is going to be hopefully by the end of the day, I can get that thing all put up together and maybe mill my first log,
Yeah, that'll
which
be
is
fun.
will be very fun. So, but in the meantime, we started the gardens over here. Very rudimentary, rough lumber that I had for free. I just snapped them together, and potatoes are doing great. Spinach is doing great. Chicken has liked the spinach until we put the fence up. So, but again, you see the fence. You see the baby chickens over there. The Duke's hanging out. It really feels like it's sort of coming together now. It's still a bit rough, but we got
Yeah.
things going. There's the coop I put up. Um, again, that was all scrap lumber from different jobs and rough cut and
Yeah,
leftover
we'll have to do a
plywood.
separate video on that to show it a little bit
Yeah.
more, but
But anyways, essentially it was free from all leftover materials and whatever stuff I salvage. I don't like throwing anything away.
right.
Like Nathan at church, it's save it because you're gonna need it. And so that basically came free. And right now, chicken coops are running for anywhere from $500 for a piece of garbage, all the way up to
Yeah.
$1,000
So
or
flimsy.
$4,000 depending on how big.
Yeah.
But at any rate, and that's a pretty good size one. That one is what
4x5, I think, is what we did.
either 5 or 6, but I can't. It feels a bit big to me, but either way, works out nice. So the next thing is once this is set up, start milling some lumber, get it piled and stickered so it can dry for a bit. And then apparently the code here is under 12 by 12.
Yeah.
So we were going to have a lot of 12 by 12 sheds here because it will give us storage. And we need it because we have a lot of stuff still in storage. Thankfully, we've had some very gracious people give us storage. So
Yeah.
we don't want to abuse that. We want to make sure we get that freed up for them. and so this is pretty exciting. This is the first step for the mill. This is our base, and then we'll set it up. And I'll have to make some, planks
Runners.
or whatever to roll the logs onto. And unfortunately, I can't afford a tractor, so it's just going to be elbow grease and my log roller. And if I have to, I'll go get a winch or something, and set put some block in here and install it so I can just drag things on over. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
This is a learning thing. It's funny how many things here it's the first time doing it.
Well, and I think people don't realize too is that it's not just go buy a mill and put it down. I mean, you have to have level, and so to level the ground, you got to rake it and you got to get rocks and make sure the platform's level. And there's always like 5 steps before that people don't really think about.
We got a lot of mud. You can see right here.
Yeah, we're trying to fill in the muddy holes. There's like a puddle of water over there. But I mean, even for the fencing and for the coop, there's so much groundwork, get it? To be done before you can actually do it.
Yeah, it took me 2 days to put all the T-posts in.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Put all the brackets in, and then I got to make this cool gate over here.
Oh, yeah.
Which is pretty fun. So the gate came out nice, and that was just, I didn't really have a plan. I just kind of put it together as I went. But concreting those in the ground was brutal because some of the rocks you hit are, the size of a bowling ball or bigger.
Yeah.
Or you think it's going to be this big. Well, it turns out to be this big. So it's just a pain in the butt. We just need to see how the gardening turns out this year because this is kind of my first year really gardening.
Yeah, we got lots of potatoes.
I'm really
spinach.
I feel like I'm behind already, but
I know.
What are you going to do?
We should show them Colonel Potter's walk.
Yes, we can get him to come over.
Colonel Potter. Hi, Colonel. You got to see him run. When he runs, that's the best. Go chase him, Sailor.
He's our high kicking chicken.
Right?
I'll chase him so you can see.
Go
The kicking chicken.
tickle his tail feathers. Well,
This, of course, now he's not going to do
I
it.
know, right?
There he goes.
There he goes.
He does have a high kick to him that I've not really seen in our other chickens.
Yeah.
And there's all the cool babies hanging out. doing
Yeah,
their
these are our
thing.
hatchlings that we hatched a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, which we got from someone at church. We got eggs from her. Oddly enough, for 22 eggs, we only got 8 to hatch.
Yeah.
Normally we get a better hatch ratio, but
only
we had,
got
we
8
had one or
chicks.
twice the power went out, I think.
Yeah, but they also, I think, have just one rooster and like over 20 chickens, so
Oh,
it might
yeah.
not all have been fertile.
Wasn't doing his duty.
Right.
And Duke's loving the fenced in area. I mean, this is
He
pretty
is.
big. This has got to be, so this is 100 feet from one end to the other. And I think it was like 68 feet back,
Yeah.
and then all the way 100 feet across, and again.
You're funny.
And it worked out well. Now we get a night, so it's much more comfortable to let the animals out.
All right, Sailor.
And we got a gate and everything, and so
Yes.
it's just nice. And
It's starting to get there.
there's a
just
lot
takes
of work
time.
ahead of us, and we got brush piles and roots and sticks and who
Yeah.
knows what, but we're making
But-
progress.
We are.
And Creed made a mud ball.
No, you naughty boy.
Play ball.
What?
When we throw
Lot to
it,
do yet.
when we throw it, it makes tons of dust for bad guys.
Oh dear.
So coming along,
It is indeed.
but we appreciate the things that people helped us out with, because homesteading is not a
No, it's
solo
not.
gig. We had help with the different things along the way, and I'm sure we'll get more.
Yeah.
But surprisingly, it ends up you get help from people you wouldn't expect. The people you
Yes.
do expect turn out to
Not.
kind of flake or whatever.
Yeah, or they just end up getting busy with their own stuff.
So kind of
Um,
flake. The black flies are in full swing here. They are
Yes.
terrible. The punkies.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
I
we're
wish the
getting there.
chickens would eat them all.
I know, it'd be nice. But it's
So
nice
this
to
is
see
next.
green again.
Yep. But anyways, I haven't been in a video for a while. Just been busy and work and
Yeah, we haven't done a video in like over a month and a half, I think. We've been busy with Creed stuff and then
Yep.
just projects that had to get done, you know,
vehicles. Yeah. So
fast.
trying to
and-
get things done, because the garden was like, next it'll be easier because these will be here and I'll expand it a little bit. But I had to literally go and shovel through. In fact, why don't we just show them all this stuff over here, sort of.
Yeah, so we didn't have, we've got a lot of clay.
So we cannot plant in it. It'll just dry up and literally either choke out the plants or they'll drown them in the clay water. But this big pile here went all the way across there, and
Yeah.
I kept digging through it and taking the rocks. So all those rocks there, about half of them came out of there. The rest of them the kids have been collecting from the yard, thankfully.
Right, used to be a big stump there.
Yeah, big stump and a big mound. I kind of, you can see the pile of sticks I dragged out and all the rocks and everything. Hold on. And then that was the dirt that I mixed with sand and bunny scat from one of our friends at church. And that kind of hopefully will amend the soil. I don't know all that much yet. I'm learning. Hold on, Sailor. I'm in the middle of talking. I don't know all that much stuff yet, but that will help keep it from compacting down and choking the plants. So
Right.
that's the hope. Yes, what would you like?
Can I see my clay balls?
Not right now. We're right in the middle of recording a video. So they're having a lot of fun. They got
They are.
cocoons going and tadpoles going and climbing trees and all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
So kids are busy.
Yep.
And these are all our wild ramps, by the way. That's another cool
Yes, $25 at Wegmans for a pound, and we've got so much here.
thing. Yeah,
It's like just all throughout the woods.
yeah, it's like a field of them. So, but yeah, so pretty excited about that. Pretty excited about, we have tons of wild raspberries right there, and all down our road. And eventually, I'd like to put elderberries on the side there because it's wet there. Elderberries like the moisture. They'll get a lot of sun right there, and it's an excellent, makes an excellent jam. Or
Yeah.
I've never done elderberry wine. My grandmother used to do it, but I'd like to make some of that too for those cold winter nights. With some elderberry wine.
Right.
So.
And we've started on next year's wood already.
Yep, so we got about 5 cords. A lot of the smaller stuff came from the winter time. I was taking down stuff on the side of our driveway and
Right.
random stuff. And then, as you can see, it gets bigger as it goes because we were taking and splitting some of the pile there.
Right.
So, but I guess that's a lot of stuff in one video. Well, we can leave it there, and tomorrow
Yeah.
maybe I'll make one about the mill.
Right.
So I'm very excited about it. That was a couple months worth of savings to get that, and really hemming and hawing because it's a big purchase. But at the end of the day, it's gonna help us make a lot of lumber for a lot of the sheds and stuff. That was a good one. And then, end of the day, worst case scenario, we can always resell it. And we'll
Right.
get most of our money back because right now they said that they're 4 or 5 months out for most
Right.
of their mills.
Well, and I think we were hemming and hawing about what's the right decision, but I feel like God kind of answered that when we were there.
Yeah, we got a couple upgrades. We got
Almost done.
I said, hey, what about veteran discount? And he threw in a whole box of blades, which is $350, and
Right.
they've changed the rail system, which for people who don't know, rail system what the whole thing slides on, and it used to be aluminum, and he said that's because they would put them in bush planes for people in Alaska, so they wanted lightweight because every pound you pay for when you're doing a bush plane or whatever.
Right.
So, but the problem is aluminum is skyrocketed in price, so they just decided to switch it over to galvanized steel. So for us, that's a win. I guess for the people paying for a bush plane, it's not. But for
Right.
us, it gives us a better rail because the problem is you're rolling these big 500-pound logs sometimes over these things, and I don't want it to bend or to mushroom, and then it causes issues with your cuts.
Right.
So,
So,
anyways,
yeah, that was our biggest concern, and we feel like that was kind of a confirmation, you know.
right, because it would have cost us
to-
$1,000 before to convert it to the steel, and then to get the extension for it to get what we got,
Right.
or upgrade to $1,000 more to a different mill. But instead, they're converting them, and so we in a
Right.
sense got it for the same price.
Right.
And he threw in the blade, so we basically saved like $1,300
Right.
for a brand new mill. So I'm pretty happy with it,
Right.
and they're very nice there. So we went to Hudson Mills there
Yep.
in Barneville, New York.
Yeah.
Very nice, and we were encouraged to see that they had a Christian tie-in on their website, which is important to us, maybe not to everybody else, but so at any rate, we're working, we're doing well.
Yes.
Hi family, bye family. We love you guys, and our friends and family at church. Our friends at church are our family. So
Right.
and the kids are having fun sword fighting. So careful. All right, well, we
All
love
right.
you guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.